In my head are implants.
I like to decorate. I use my body as a canvas.
They're transdermal implants. There's 5 of them. And so what we had to do is make an incision in the back of my head. There's special tools that will elevate the skin. It's basically made a tunnel underneath my scalp. Put holes in my scalp, and then you slide each piece in and bring it up through that hole, in a nutshell. And the reputation of this shop is just phenomenal. I worked in Wisconsin for a few years, and I knew about this shop in Wisconsin. People that are into the tattoo culture know about this shop around the world.
This shop is interesting in my opinion because we get a lot more conservative people than other shops like say in Capitol Hill would. I've noticed that since we are so reputable, we get the type of people that would be scared to walk into a street shop with a bunch of crazy tattooed people. So it completely varies from old ladies to 18-year-olds getting their first tattoos to people that have been getting tattooed for years and are completely covered.
One day I was just like, I want a tattoo. So I was gonna go get it done illegally, but we decided that was a bad idea. So I waited till my 18th birthday because I thought that would be more fun. I didn't really tell my parents. My friend told my parents. My mom freaked out when she found out. She was like, what? And my dad was just like, oh, you got a tattoo.
Every single tattoo I've ever gotten, I love. I got my first one the day of my 18th birthday. It was just a little Om symbol on my ankle.
I would have had to get my parents' permission for a tattoo if I wanted it done before I was 18, but I didn't think I'd ever get my parents' permission.
People get tattoos for self-expression, in my opinion. I think some of it is different for different people. Some will do it because it's following the crowd, and others will do it for personal self-expression.
I chose Slave to the Needle because I've heard really good things about it and it's clean.
We use autoclave sterilization. It's steam sterilization. It's what hospitals would use to sterilize surgical instruments. Trends in piercings are nostrils.
And I also got my nose piercing there.
They've been popular, very popular for the past couple years now.
When they're fearful about getting piercings, I let them know that it's never as bad as they think it is. They always come out saying that it's not. They're so relieved.
Monroes or beauty marks or whatever you want to call them seem to be up and coming. Trends for tattoos, kanjis are always popular. The Chinese characters or Japanese characters.
Okay, I got my tattoo as a Japanese symbol because my name means flower in Japanese, so I thought that would be appropriate. Plus, I love Japanese. I think it looks really cool and really pretty.
The steps that people go through to get a tattoo would be to come in and set up a consultation with the artist of their choice. Every artist has their own artistic style, so you want to choose someone whose artistic style that you're going to be into. During the consultation, you can just talk, explain what you're looking for, bring in reference to help support your idea, things like that. The artist will then begin drawing or assembling the actual piece.
My favorite tattoo, I think, would be my new one that I'm working on. It is in progress. My friend Ben is doing it for me. It is a Thai-style elephant dragon.
My favorite tattoo, I don't know, I like the skull on the back of my neck. I think it's because it's the newest one, so I guess that's my current favorite. There's really no story behind that one. I wanted a skull on the back of my neck, seemed like the right spot for it.
It's kind of like any clique you would have in high school. It's just kind of a more underground subculture of modified individuals.
Everybody thinks of me as, you know, Hannah, she's a good girl, she's really quiet and doesn't do much, so it was kind of a rebellion.
Here people don't get discriminated for their tattoos as much as some other places. I've lived in Utah, for example, and if you are even the slightest bit odd, then people will look at you sideways for anything you do. Seattle is a great exception. People are very open to people with different looks and styles.
These days, the negativity, I guess, that I would get as a result of having big ears or my arms tattooed is much fewer and far between than, you know, even a few years ago. The popularity of tattoos has really exploded over the past few years, and it's on TV now. They have reality shows for it. In the past, though, you know, I've definitely, you know, I was the guy sitting alone on the bus where people would stand before they would sit next to me and things like that. And it's still out there. It's not to say that it doesn't exist, but people are just more familiar with it now, I think, so they're less, you know, people fear the unknown.
I don't think I'll ever have regrets of getting my tattoo. I've always wanted a tattoo, and I think I'm going to love it forever.
I'm definitely a little more inclined to like people with some tattoos and some piercings on them.
Oh yes, I've always been attracted to boys with piercings.
When I'm an old woman, I probably won't show people my tattoo. It might not look good because old people's skin gets wrinkly.